Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Mom Story by Sahana. Today we have a very special episode going on here. So this girl who is sitting next to me, her name is Srijani Baduri and she's just 14 years old. Okay. And you must be thinking what's going on, Sahana? You're interviewing a 14-year-old kid? Okay, so let me break the ice for all of you. So she has recently become an elder sister to a 6-year-old cute little boy. Okay, so she wants to share her journey, her feelings, her emotions, right, Srijani?
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
So welcome, Srijani. So tell me something about yourself. So what are you into? Like, what do you like? What are your dislikes? Or just break the bomb.
Okay. So, hello everybody. My name is Srijani Bhaduri, and though everybody calls me Jeannie, um, my
Interesting.
likes are I'm a very avid reader and I like to read a lot. I even have my own vlog. You can check it out. It's See with Sri. So I even have my own vlog. Um, I really like to share my insights about different topics with others, like I'm doing right now about being a prospective adoptive sibling or a PAS. If you ever look at me, you'll probably catch me chatting away about some extremely recent social issue with some of my friends, or you'll probably catch me watching TV or just working on my poems, which I like to write frequently.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
so
a little about
lovely.
myself.
That's lovely, Srijani. Even I used to write poems long back, and some of my followers who are following me from like last 4 years, they know like I used to write a lot of poems. But anyways, it's not about me; it's about her. So, Srijani, tell me something. Like, why did you decide to, like come on my channel, and why do you want to talk about, something so sensitive like adoption? Like,
So, first of all, when I was exposed to the topic of adoption, I
mhm.
was only in sixth grade, and I had no idea what I was getting into. And
Okay.
I saw it in a very pure perspective. There was nothing. The reason it is sensitive is because it's actually a very clear and it's a lucid and it's a pure process. And it is a process. It's like it's more affecting than a marriage or uh, even like actually getting a child.
Mhm.
It's something which somebody has to tread on very carefully to ensure that the transition is very smooth. And now that I'm outside the tumultuous waves and now I'm into the smooth sailing part of it, and now I'm reaping the benefits of
Mhm.
having a cute younger brother. So I think I want to share my experiences and how I feel with other prospective adoptive siblings, or who I call passes. So, I think
That's a
passes.
new word, by the way, huh? Passes. Nobody has heard about it. Thank you, Srijani.
Yeah. So, I think passes have played a passive role when it comes to adoption. They do not share their views much, but under we are always like, oh my god, what if this happens? We are making tons of scenarios.
Mhm.
And for grown-up passes like me, it's very easy to understand because like we have these wonderful parents God has given us, and they explain everything so well to us. But for the younger passes who will grow up to realize that their younger sibling is adopted, for them it will hit them like, and it's going to be very hard for them to first grapple with the fact and then digest it and then understand what to do with that fact, or whether
Mhm.
you have to do anything at all about that fact.
Mhm.
So I just want to raise some awareness and speak to other people about my feelings and my journey and how I can help them.
That's really very thoughtful of you, Srijani, because like you said, lot of parents who are going for their second child have an older child already in home, and we know like Kara asked for a written, like agreement from the older sibling saying that yes, I am absolutely okay, I accept that I'm going to have a sibling. But does that really ring a bell in the sibling set? How old is the child actually? Like Srijani, she says that she was in sixth grade, right? When your parents introduced about the concept of adoption and they are they told you like, okay, now you're going to have a sibling. But many parents, when the child is about 6 years or maybe 7 years, that time when they're introducing, it becomes very difficult to make them understand or even, bring in the concept of adoption at times. So thanks for, such a thoughtful thing that you are here, that you're going to give us more insights about it. So Shrejani, can you just go back in, like 3 4 years back when your parents were actually contemplating about adoption? So who brought this topic first, your father or your mother, or did they both make you sit down and said, okay, Shrejani, so this is what it is, parda utha, and then they gave you the news, or how was it?
So, okay, I have to go back in time. I have to become shorter.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I was in sixth grade. I still remember it like it was yesterday. So I think it was 10th of August,
Mhm.
2021. No, no.
Today is what, 10th?
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Oh my god.
That's a deja vu. Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. I did not realize that. But yeah, so I had this international spell bee I was going to, and I had the finals of that around this time only. And there was this quiz, and I was very tense, and then finally it all ended up very nicely. I ended up winning first place, yay.
Oh,
And
congrats.
then my parents thought that abhi bari hai. She's not moody like she always is. Let's now we'll break the news to her. But the thing is that it was so we all had certain experiences from the past which already made us consider the idea of adoption.
Mm.
That idea was more like this nagging voice at the back of my head telling me, "Arey, bhai, kar lo na, tell your parents about it." But I'm like, no, what will happen? So it was like this voice at the back of my head. So the event was over. I took a nice bath, then had pasta, and then I was just sitting down and reading this book. It was Geronimo's Trader. I was very small. So my parents came and they're like, Srijani, we need to have a talk. And whenever you hear that word talk, your heart rate was like this. It goes like that. Because you're so worried what will happen next. Then they sat me down. They're like, so we are going to adopt. But they didn't even finish the word. They were till adopt. And then I started jumping up and down and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Karlo, Karlo, Karlo. I've been thinking about it for so long. And they're like, we didn't even have to explain you anything. Are you sure you're okay with it? Then it was mostly like I was advocating for adoption. My parents were playing the devil's advocate because they wanted me to be a little rational and think about it. But I'm like, it's fate, it's destiny. I've been thinking about it. You guys have been thinking about it. Let's adopt. And they're like, okay, you want to adopt? Then we had a nice long talk about all the different wonderful scenarios that will come. And yeah, so it was more like a celebration that day in our house. So we got this little chocolate cake and then we cut it, and it was one at night. The next day was school, but I really did not care at that point of time. It was just the elation that we will actually have another fourth member to complete our family.
That's wonderful. So it's very, very important that how ready we are. Sometimes it comes to us as a shock. So when it comes to as a shock, what is this? But thankfully, like in your case, I think it worked out really well because you yourself wanted to, like tell to your parents that I want a little brother or sister. So maybe I think that worked really well. So now, okay, usually, the girls I have met so far, like the older siblings, most of them have said this to me like, sister, not a brother. But why for you was it like a sister or a brother or anyone will do? I just need a younger sibling. How was it?
So first of all, this all of this started from when I was in second grade.
Mhm.
So in second grade, I had this really wonderful friend of mine. She moved to the UK. Okay, so don't get emotional.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
You have Facebook, you have Insta, you have WhatsApp. You can still be in touch with her. Okay.
Okay.
Cheer up.
It's fine. That was acting, by the way. So she had this adorable younger brother, and at the same time, my father was actually doing social work with one of his acquaintances in a particular NGO in Calcutta.
Mm-hmm.
And he has had very touching experiences with those children, and how happy they are under these circumstances. So if I was in that circumstance, I would these were the things I would do in order: cry, jump, shout, slam the door, go to sleep. This was what I would do. But they were so happy and they were thriving under that life. And my father thought, if these children were given the opportunities that we are given, but some children of mine choose to misuse, then they will just flourish. And my mom always had this thought that so our family was a triangle, and a triangle is complete, but it's always looking for that one last angle to become 360 degrees. Okay, I'm geeking, but yeah, so we all yearned for that last fourth member. And for me, it was mostly like, bhai, I need a younger sibling. And then, and then like I mentioned, the night happened. And then they asked me, brother or sister. I'm like, anything will do. So for the next 2 years of registration, it was any sibling. So, and the last year, I get this weird gut feeling because I have this neighbor who is a lot like my brother, and he's also adorable. And and I just get this strong gut feeling that if I have a brother, it'll probably be better for me because I've always like I have a lot of guy friends in school also, and I have a lot of juniors who look up to me like Didi. So I thought I'll be a good, better elder sister to a younger brother than to a younger sister. So I'm like, younger brother. And then my parents are like, are you sure? And then again, the talk happened. They were playing the devil's advocate. I was playing the brother's advocate. And then again it happened. And they're like, okay, fine. Okay. And then they understood and they finally filed it as brother. And now I'm so thankful I did that because now I have this adorable, cute little bundle of joy who is continuously hopping around me.
Oh,
So
so
yeah.
sweet. That's lovely. So, Srijani basically killed the competition, like if she would have had a sister, she had to share all her lovely, lovely hair clips and lovely, lovely dresses. And now, okay. Anyway, jokes apart, I'm just kidding.
No,
Not to
that's
bother
fine.
you, Srijani.
No, it's okay.
So,
But actually, that thought did strike me once.
okay. So I know it because I'm also an older sibling. Okay, so yeah, I have a sister by the way.
Okay.
So let's get on to the serious part of it. So Srijani, like I don't think we need to discuss about the process and all because there are a lot of adults who are already doing that.
Okay,
So
I
we
was
don't want to
mostly
do that. So what I want to ask you is, how was your experience? Like did you go to meet him where he was, like wherever your brother came from, and or you were waiting at home here? Like what was your excitement? What kind of preparations you did when you got to know, like okay, now this is the day my brother is going to now arrive or we are going to meet him. So what was your
Yeah. So after the sixth grade incident, it was like 2 years of waiting before the truth hit me. So that time it was mostly me being Paresh Rawal from Maybe or Rajavi. Like I was just running around trying to figure out what was going on, and my parents were taking out this big, big stacks of documents. First, I thought they were coloring pages. Then I realized you sign in them. So yeah, so like that. First, there was the air Mary Zoharajabi phase when I did not realize, and my mom was continuously talking to Paps, and I was over here trying to play. I forgot Subway Surfers, and I would there would be this wee that sound would come, and my mom would go shh, and I would go, who are you talking to? Which auntie? Then my mom would say a Pap, and then I'm like paparazzi. So yeah, that was my I very Zaharajabi phase. Then when I'm in eighth grade, the we shifted, and then my parents are like, one more year to go. I'm like, for what? Then they're like, you forgot also now, and I'm like, oh my god, oh yes. And then the truth hit me. But that time there were like a lot of emotions going on. Like first of all, there was extreme happiness, like the moment has finally come. Then there was this anxiety: how will he be? Will he like me? What will happen? How will it happen? Will he have any? Will he have anything against me? From the moment he meets me, will we be that one brother sister duo that's always fighting? So that was the next year. It was very, very like anxious. Then last we fast forward to ninth grade, the summer of ninth grade. So I realized that now it was like do or die. Either I adopted a brother or I spent the next 3 years again in the same मेरी ज़ोहरा भी phase. So then I'm like, कर लेते हैं यार. I've always wanted this, and then yeah. So then I started journaling, and yeah, now when I read it, it's hilarious. But that time, those were actually fears. Like, I had this one fear, which was like, what if he hates brinjal? Because, like, that's like our families. Okay, it's not funny, it's a serious religious matter. Brinjal is the secret of my success. Okay, sorry. But yeah, brinjal is pretty much, yeah, it's like my life. So, and now, if he hates it, I'll be so heartbroken. What if he likes broccolis instead? Okay, now these sound very hilarious, but yeah, these were my actual fears, and then there are also euphemisms for some other things that go on in siblings' mind. You know what I'm talking about, siblings. Like, do I have to share my room? Is he going to open all my wardrobes? Is he going to tear that one beautiful dress I have kept for that one birthday party I'll go to next month? So, yeah, those all things were coming. But then my mom again sat me down. She gave me this long motherly love filled lecture about how I'm also going to be loved, I won't be neglected. Though I never really worried about it because, like, my parents are awesome. They won't neglect me. Otherwise, I won't let them neglect me. So,
So learn this from her.
yeah,
Don't let them neglect.
don't let them. But that doesn't mean you act like a spoiled brat. But yeah, don't let them neglect you if that's happening. So, yeah, so and then we had this small kind of family thing where where we bought some pizzas, and then it was like pre-brother celebration kind of thing. So we hung some blue balloons here and there. Then we ordered some pizzas, and then we ordered some ice creams. Though it was mostly my idea because I was having cravings that day. But yeah, so then we were mostly watching a lot of brotherly love movies, like all the three versions of Jurwa Bhai. Then the Korean version of it, then the anime version of it. Yeah, we were watching Jurwa Bhai in 7 languages. If you call that weird, I'm calling you weird. Okay. Yeah, so no judging here, but yeah, we did that. And then finally the day came, and I'm like, okay. So we saw his picture when the referral came, and the referral was also a very auspicious event for us because actually that time Ganesh Puja was going.
Oh.
And me and my mom, we are a part of the managing committee. So we were actually there trying to dodge the flowers they chuck at the god during Pushpanjali. So and then suddenly my mom gets this notification of a referral. And then I'm wearing a sari. My mom is wearing a sari. My dad is wearing those very, very loose, the lungi dhoti. So it's like going. So all of us are wearing flowing dresses, but we have to run to our house to open that laptop. So nevertheless, we all tied it around here. Then we all ran full speed.
Wow.
Then
Quite dramatic, yeah. Bollywood.
it was like a Sanjay Leela Bhansali movie. I'm not underestimating it. So yeah, so then we went there, and then we finally opened that laptop. The network failed. Dun, 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 dun,
My
dun, dun,
God.
dun, dun, dun. Luckily, my mom has hotspot, and it was happened on Ganesh Chaturthi. So immediately, my mom called our grandparents, and my grandma was like, "Oh, very auspicious, not very auspicious." Then yeah, and then the network fails, and then we are like, "Oh no, what do we do now?" And then my mom gives hotspot. I immediately open. Then we somehow tied, and then my fingers were trembling, and then all of us were near crying because like it's a life changing event. It's like
Absolutely.
so then finally we get that little guy's picture and then we're like, oh, and then we immediately knew that he was it. He was the brother. He was destined for us. So we are like sure, and then we accept it. But first, of course, then it hits me, and then I remember we finally changed, and then I immediately started crying because I was super overwhelmed, and then my parents were trying to console me. Then I called my best friend, and then I told her what was going on, and she's like, oh my god. And I kept it under wraps for so long, and I literally tell her everything. And then she was kind of sad that I didn't tell it to her beforehand, but then she's like, oh my god, girlie, do it. It's so silly of you. So I'm like, I know. So finally, we get to meet him, and then he speaks to us. And then I remember he was like, now he has at least grown a little taller because of all the nutritious brinjal he gets at my house. Yeah, so and that time he was tiny, and they're like like the way Stuart in Minions,
Right, right.
like he was coming like that, and he was wearing this green T-shirt along with these shorts, and he wasn't wearing any shoes or anything. And mind you, that place was very very dusty. I still remember that. And then he just comes running towards me, and then for somehow he just realized that I was his Didi, probably because like I don't know, me and my mom look the same. So but somehow he realized that I was his elder sister, and he just comes and hugs me. And then I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. And yeah, so then after that, I asked my mom to pinch me. I asked my dad to pinch me. I was very close to asking the security guard to like pinch me and wake me up from this dream. But then I realized it was not a dream, and it was like so ethereal, and it was very surreal for me because like it was a very, how can I say it, like when it happens it happens. It was like like the brotherly love which you get for the first time. It hits you very hard. And yeah, and then we yapped about I forgot ambulance for a long time, and then I was very close to teaching him rectilinear propagation of light, which I didn't, thank goodness. Otherwise, he would be scared of me for the rest of his life. So then, yeah, so then we went to this ice cream parlor, and we had the first Sunday he has ever had. So it was like this big glass, and we kept it in front of him. It was bigger than his face, but who cares? So yeah, and then that was the first day, and then we brought him to Bangalore, and then yeah, and after that he got admitted into my school. So the process was like long, and it was a very very joyful process. So it felt like it was like 5 months of festivities going on. And yeah, so first I was very embarrassed of him because like he didn't have any manners. How did I even expect him to have manners? I didn't have manners at that point. So yeah, so then it was my mom explaining it to me crying a lot, me being the spoiled brat which I was raised to become by the eons of pamperedness I've experienced. So yeah, so it was a long process, and the process was very very emotional. I won't get to the legal. I don't know anything about the legal parts because I am Paresh Rawal and Meri Zohra Jabi in the legal parts. But the emotional part, I can describe it so well because I've been through it.
It's definitely a turmoil of, like the happiness, and then those emotional, overwhelming moments. Like when he hugged you, I'm sure you would have felt like this is the dream come true, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, when you are in your practicality, you're looking at him doing certain things, you're like, oh, why is he even doing that? And, so definitely it takes time. It takes, like lot of love, lot of care, affection. So that's very, very important. And I'm sure, like the way I met her today, and in fact, even I met her brother as well, and the kind of bond they're sharing, the way they are expressive, they're talking, it's amazing, right? It's really, really amazing. So there's more to, what Srijani has to share. So Srijani, tell me something like you have a quite a like good age gap that way, right? Like you're 14 and he's 6 right now. So considering this, like what kind of activities do you do with him? Like what kind of games do you play? Maybe he wants to run around, but maybe you don't want to run around. So where is it? Where do you bring that midway where you both are settled? And what kind of activities do you both do?
Brinjal is an activity we both do. I love brinjal with all my heart, but for some reason he also yearns for it. The
Okay.
second activity which we do is dancing to random songs which we find on the net.
Oh, lovely.
Like there is this hilarious video of me and him dancing to Sadi Gali and then dancing to Jamal Kudu with Lego blocks balancing on our head. And my cousins are also there. So we do a lot of frivolous things, and he has really helped me explore that one childlike fascination which I used to have when I was around 6. Now that kid inside me has also woken up, and I'm not that apprehensive like teenager girls, like especially my friends, my best friend, I'm talking to you. They have a lot of apprehensions. Oh my God, do I do this? Oh my God, do I do that? Oh my God, what will people think of me? But now, because I have this one brother who can go say hi to even a random auto driver who's trying to dust his dust the mirror in front of him, I now know that it's not wrong. Not anything you do, as long as it's legal, is not wrong. So yeah, so now we dance to random songs, we fight over brinjals, and of course we play mock basketball. So obviously the basketball which I have is bigger than my brother. He's too tiny to play with
I
that.
hope you don't pick up him and throw it in the basket. I hope that's not happened. Don't give me that look. Don't tell me you did this.
No, I did not. I did not. I'm not that bad.
Okay, accepted.
So yeah, so he has this tiny tennis ball and he tries to dribble it and it's adorable. And then we have this tiny upturned basket in our house and then he shoots at it and it goes down and then he goes back it, and he comes running towards me. Yeah, and then of course we have me trying to explain what difficult physics concepts are to him, or difficult concepts which I study in my coaching institute to him. Like one day I came back from a class of differential calculus and my head was aching. And then, yeah, being the type of person I am, I started sobbing. God knows why. And then he comes and he's like, Didi, what's wrong? And then I say differential calculus, and then he says differential calculus, and then he sounded like Hitler that moment. Yeah, so then I start to explain him it's d by dx, you do this, the variables change, and he kept nodding, and my mom recorded
So
a
sweet
video of
of
it.
him,
Yeah,
he's
he
trying,
kept nodding.
he's being very empathetic with you,
Yeah, he's
right?
been very
Wow.
empathetic with me. And then, yeah, so that's some of the activities we do. Of course, he has lots of friends over here, and he has made friends with my teachers as well in school.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah, so those that helps us build a bond.
Okay, Srijani. So it was a wonderful talk, like it's really wonderful talking to you. I've never met someone so energetic at this age and so open, like I don't feel like I'm talking to a kid or I'm talking to someone who is very timid. No, you are wonderful. You're really wonderful. Thank you so much. One last question I want to ask you, so Raksha Bandhan is just right the corner. So what have you planned for your brother?
Okay, what have I planned? Okay, I hope this does
Not
not
a
reach my
mischief?
brother. I hope this does not reach my brother.
Don't show him the video.
Okay, fine. I'll try. He doesn't understand much of English, so it's fine. I'll use extremely difficult English words, as I say. I have vehemently asked for the roller coaster packaged beautiful piece of machinery that helps the boy play to all his heart. I have planned to buy two very expensive Rakis.
Oh.
I have planned to convince my mom to make 19 pieces of brindal only for him and
Oh,
38
okay,
pieces
that's a
for
huge
me.
sacrifice. Oh my
I
god.
didn't finish it. And 38 pieces for me.
Okay. No wonder elder siblings are like this.
I'm a Leo, guys. I get the lion's share. And then we will, Latok, and then we will watch the same Judwa movies that we watched as three people. Again, I do not care if he understands anything. Okay, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. That was really funny and that was so cute, actually. So that's how the siblings bond is, irrespective of how you become siblings. Whether by biologically your siblings or your siblings by heart. So siblings bond is really really special. And with this Raksha Bandhan special episode, I think you would have had the roller coaster of laughing. Capsules that Srijani has given us in the last few minutes. Okay, I am to having a really bad stomach ache because she has made me laugh so much with her jokes and with the funny things that she has been telling me. Like, I'm just loving it, Srijani. I really don't want to end this episode over here, but yes, we have to
We
something
have
to
to.
let go. Yes, we have to let go. But don't worry, we'll have BTS. There are a lot of BTS things that I'm not going to share with everyone. Okay. Anyways, chalo. Thank you
Okay,
so much,
thank
Srijani.
you.
I really love speaking to you. It was so nice meeting you today.
Thank you.
Lovely. Happy Raksha Bandhan in advance to
Thank
both
you.
you and your brother and your family. It's really
Thank
lovely
you.
being an elder sibling.
Yes.
Isn't
This
it?
is your daily reminder to consume your daily worth of brinjal.
Okay, so I'm going to put a brinjal with, in the thumbnail of this episode for this. And don't ask me why I have put a brinjal in the thumbnail. You will know only if you watch the episode, okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much, dear viewers, for watching this episode. And just say, let's jokes apart and the lighter part, let me put it aside for a while and let me tell you all, if you're planning to bring home a younger, son or a daughter through adoption, please know that you have to talk to your, the older kid as well. You have to make them understand like why you're doing that. Are they really ready for it? What could be the challenges that will come up? Like what Srijani explained, like what were her fears. She started journaling. So you need to bring up all those things and talk to your children because the waiting period is long. So you have plenty of time to address all these issues. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste, Jai Hind, and happy Raksha Bandhan to all of you.